Toy Story 4, here we go. Producer Mark Nielsen. Give him a round of applause. Producer Jonas Rivera. Director Josh Cooley. Annie Potts, the voice of Bo Peep. Tom Hanks, the voice of Woody. And Cody Hale, the voice of Forky. And Tony, talk to us a little bit about joining this family that is already so established and so beloved.
Yeah, it's overwhelming, and which helps because Forky is very overwhelmed. But I remember when they brought me up to Pixar and they kind of described him as, you know, he's kind of nervous, and I was like, check. Yeah, he asks a lot of questions, check. And he's kind of gullible to a fault, and I was like, bingo, I'm in. So I just love that he, you know, sees everything as new, and I mean, mainly I love that he's a character that his home place is trash. That's all he knows, is to help people eat soup. And then Woody comes along and shares that he has a greater purpose. And I think just in life, you know, anybody who might see themselves that way, and they have worth, they have purpose. And that's just a beautiful message that Toy Story is giving us. To what Woody, I just called him Woody. He's always Woody to me. But to what Tom was saying is, there was a simplicity to Forky that I just absolutely fell in love with, and the fact that he's made from pipe cleaners and a spork and little popsicle sticks, and he brings Bonnie so much joy. And he's brought into the world, he doesn't understand the rules of the universe, he's very confused when people drop to the ground, when humans walk in, and he's just kind of always wide-eyed, and he's very present, and I loved the simplicity of it, and it's been a huge honor to voice him. But I will say, we are so grateful to be here and to be these voices, but we are such a small piece of the pie of what is involved in Toy Story. The amount of artistry and creatives and tremendous labor that has gone into this movie outside of us. I mean, the attention needs to be shined on that, because they really have worked so hard, and it's just, the movie is eye candy. It's just such a visual masterpiece, it really is.
It has always been, come on guys! I've said, come on guys, 8 billion times in some iteration of all the Toy Story stuff. We actually have become very close simply because of the union of Woody and Buzz. After we made the second one, we began to have regular lunches, you know, about every 3 months or so, in which he and I sit down, and for the better part, and alcohol is not involved. It's just, we sit down and we talk for about 3.5 hours straight every time we get together, and we do seek each other out in order to touch on all the aspects of our lives, certainly professionally, but it would not have come out were it not for him being Buzz and me being Woody. I think the newbies, I guess you're the only new one here, there is a profound thing that comes from being Forky or Bo or Woody. Brief story, you know what, you've been to Disneyland as well. I don't know if they have it in Disney World, but you know, they have that fantastique, you know, whatever, and everybody's fireworks and there's dancers. And in Disneyland, the closing of the show is the Mark Twain steamboat comes by, and all of the Disney characters are dancing on the steamboat. Belle and Sleeping Beauty and Mickey and everyone. Mulan is there. They're all there. Captain Hook, Peter Pan. And I was there with my family. My daughter, who's in her 30s, burst into tears. I said, what's wrong? And she said, look, Dad, look at the end of the boat. And it was Woody and Buzz. And she said, Dad, you will always be on that boat dancing for the rest of time as long as Disneyland is here. And, you know, that's more than just a cool thing. It's actually some sort of talisman, I think, that we all get to carry with us now, just because we were smart enough to say, how do you think we should do this, guys? Come on, guys! How do you think?
If you guys could portray any other character in Toy Story, who would it be?
I'd go do Kaboom.
Oh, I don't know. I'm so happy with what I play. I never have thought about that. It's like asking who else you would like to be in life. I don't know.
I'd bring Beaker from the Muppet Show into the universe. Because he's my fave.
And we have these talking points that we've been given in regards to talking about whatever future may come to pass. Just give me a second, I'll give you the official rendition of what I'm supposed to say in regards to a possible other Toy Story.
I think you just said a lot of stuff you weren't supposed to.
I think I just did.
Pretty sure about that.
I know where we leave off. Toy Story 4 is about Woody's journey into the world outside the comfort of Bonnie's playroom and all the possibility that holds for a toy. So just take that and extrapolate it as far as you want to, and we'll see what goes on. And thank you, Disney Vertical Integration Department, so that I'm aware of what I'm supposed to say here.
Thank you for staying on message tonight.
Annie and Tom, since you guys had the opportunity to work with each other this time, what did you love about working with her, and what did you love working about him?
Even separated by 2 microphones and 2 stands, the way Annie Potts will look at you with her eyes, just kind of like up, like that, just a little bit. And when she says the words that you might have said more than any other 2, it's like, oh, Woody. Get you every time, man. You become a little jar of pudding when that happens. Not quite, start quivering a little bit.
Oh, Woody.
Isn't that? Just do it one more time.
Oh, Woody.
I will say that Woody has known since 1994 that Bo was the figurine for him. He just always knew it. And let me check these talking points.
They're getting harder and harder to find.
Here it is. Toy Story 4 reunites Woody and his long-lost friend Peep, who's become an adventure-seeking free spirit. They discover that they are worlds apart when it comes to life as a toy, and yet they know that fate is an odd thing, and there is no substitution for love in this crazy, kooky, confusing world. It's all right here. So
Let's give a collective aww and a round of applause.
Wow, Woody.